Okay, dear student, let's get started our class, theory of production. I think all of you are looking at the slide, uh, theory of production. So what is production function? First of all, the production function illustrates the dependence of total output on factors of production. That means, there are thousands of factors of production, but for the sake of simplicity, we are categorizing all capital and labor under in two umbrellas, all the factors of production. So capital means capital machineries, capital building, raw materials, everything under capital. And so you need labor to produce some product. So not only capital that you can produce the product. So all the factors of production we categorize into two pairs. One is capital, another is labor. So production functions shows the relationship between your output and your factors of production. So you see that in the slide, so Q equal to function of KL. K means capital and L means labor. So your total output is dependent variable, depends on, function means what? F means depends on, your output depends on your capital and labor. Okay. So, that's I think you understand, right? The relationship between output and your factors of production. So now let's move to the second slide. So there is an example in the second slide. Look at the example of production function. So it's a typical production function Q equal to KL square. So if you put L equal to 0, so what will come? You will see that if you put in the equation the value of L equal to 0, then your output is 0. What does it mean? It means that 0 level of labor, you will not get any output. Okay. Now put L equal to 1, 2, and 3. You will get different value of the output. So it stands that, it implies that you need certain amount of labor to get certain amount of output. So this is a typical example of production function. Okay. Now let's move to another topic. We call this TPP, total physical product of labor. So what does it mean? Total physical product of labor is defined as the amount of output produced by a certain quantity of labor while the amount of capital is fixed. So when we fix the capital, so the amount of labor we are employing and how much output we are getting, we can show this TPP. So whatever the amount of capital at 0 employment of labor, the total product would be 0, meaning that if you do not provide any labor, then you will not get any output. Okay. So hence the total product curve stems from the point of origin, meaning that so our total product curve start from the origin 0. Okay. Shape. So how does it look like? Shape of TPP. In the beginning, total product increases at increasing rate. Then it increases at a decreasing rate. Once the total product falls, okay. So look at the figure 5.1 up to L1, employment of labor. Total product increases at increasing rate. Therefore, total product curve is convex. Okay. Between L1 and L2, total product increasing at decreasing rate, the curve is concave. So if labor is further increased, the total product falls, TPP gets downward. So this is the shape. So how does it look like? Now let's look at the shape in the picture in the figure 5.1. So look at the figure 5.1. So is look at the figure 5.1 here. So the 0 L1, okay. So your output starts from where? Output starts from 0, okay. So I'm marking it, I'm highlighting it. Your output starts from the 0. So in the 0 origin, no total product and no labor employed. So you employ labor L1. You employ labor L1, okay. So you see your curve is like convex. Convex means a little bit outward, okay. Okay. So up to 0A, capital A, okay. So whenever you employ and increasing the labor L1 to L2, look at that, L1 to L2, then your curve is getting inward. So the first curve you are getting outward and second curve is inward. The first curve outward meaning that increasing at increasing rate. So till capital A, your output increasing at increasing rate. So from A to B, your total product is increasing, but at decreasing rate. So here it is noted that you need to understand increasing at increasing rate and increasing at decreasing rate. So think about if you employ one labor, then if the output is 2, think about that you employ 2 labor, then your output is 4. Then again you employ another labor number 3, then your output is 8. So it shows gradual increase. And the rate, how can you get the rate? So divide the total product, the number of labor. So you will get the rate. So 1 labor, 2 unit output, 2 labor, 4 unit output, 3 labor, 8 unit output. So increasing at increasing rate. On the other hand, in 1 labor, 1 output, another second labor, 2 output, the third labor, again 1 output. So total output is increasing but at decreasing rate. So this implies that a certain labor you will get the increasing rate. After certain labor, the total output is gradually decreasing. Okay. So up to point B, total product is increasing, but point A to B, the rate is decreasing. The rate is decreasing. So I think you understand this one. If you do not understand, then let me know. Now we are moving to APP. What is APP? Average physical product. Average physical product is very easy. You divide total physical product divided by total labor. So total product per unit labor is called average product of labor. Suppose 5 units of labor, you produce 65 units output. So your total output is 65 and you employ 5 units labor. So 65 by 5, so 13 units per unit. So this is very simple. So total product divided by total labor, you will get the average physical product. Okay, now we like to move to the next slide. This is very important slide. So figure 5.2. The figure 5.2, we are showing the relationship between total physical product and average physical product. So now look at the nature and the relationship between total physical product and average physical product. So look at the upper panel. So it's the same TPP, total physical product curve we are showing, and capital A, capital B, and capital C we are showing here. Okay. And here you see, I'm marking it. Okay. So here you see capital A, this is the point 1, capital B, and capital C. Look at the shape of the curve. Slope. OA slope, OB slope, and OC slope. And in the lower panel, you have point A, point B, and point C. Okay. So look at the average physical product line. Okay. So whenever you employ 0 to L1 labor, okay, and you see that the nature of the curve is outward, is called convex. Convex curve means increasing at increasing rate. And here you see the slope, OA slope, you will get OA slope. How can you get? L1A divided by OL1 divide. If you divided that AL1 by OL1, then you will get the slope OA. Okay, rate of change. So here you get the slope OA. So OA slope, again further, if you increase the lever L2, okay, and your point is here B, so you will get another slope here, tangent, you see, another slope here. This slope indicates that OB, the total output increasing but decreasing rate. Rate is decreasing, but total output is increasing. Further, if you employ OL3 labor, look at that, you will reach peak of total product. You reach total product, and you see that the OC, the slope is decreasing. Slope is flattening. Slope is flattening in OC up in OC slope. Okay. So here you see what happening in the lower panel. APP, average physical product. So whenever you employ OL1, then it shows small a. The curve is a little bit bent, it's going to concave. And from again, when you employ OL2 level, then you can reach at the peak on APP, average physical product, reach at the peak, whereas TPP did not reach at the peak. Okay. Further, you see that whenever you TPP at point C reach at the peak, but APP decline, your rate is declining. You see, mark is here. So this is very important insight of these two figures. You must understand these two figures. Why this is in the peak and why this is declining? Because here on the upper panel, we are showing, here we are showing that TPP is peak. But in the lower panel, we are not showing the TPP, not total we are showing. We are showing average. And average always indicate the rate. Total product divided by total labor. So that's happening. So if a consumer, if a producer think that, oh yeah, my total product is in the peak, and if he is happy, then I think he will be in a false position, because TPP does not imply the real picture of the total product. You need to look at average product, whether average product is peak or decline, so that you can understand that whether you are in good shape, average product is increasing or not. So you need to look at that very carefully. Okay. And here we're showing the shape of average product. So you see average product is gradually declining. Okay. Okay. And next slide, look at that. So in the next class, we will look at marginal physical product, marginal product in the next class. So I think that's all for today because I will not take longer class. If you have any question, let me know from the participant. If you have any question, please let me know. Safi, do you have any question?
No, sir. I don't have
Okay,
any.
very good. So, if you do not have any question, Safi,
Yes, sir.
can you have a screenshot of total participants who are participating? You can open your video so we can have a record. How many participants? I see 18 participants today joined. Thank you everybody for participating the online class through the Zoom technology. And UGC provided us this opportunity. So if you have any question, let me know. And if you have any problem, I will give you a link to survey how your experience is about the Zoom class. So in the near future, all the class would be online until unless we are getting a good news that the coronavirus will be over. But before that, we need to continue our class. You should be careful your health. You should be you should take care of your health. Stay home. Stay safe. Thank you very much.